Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the Transformers Beast Wars Tigerhawk, and here he is, and he is quite a thing. I think I might have his wings a little wrong. I think they're supposed to be like back here or something, but I don't really know how they work, so I'm just going to leave them like this, and same thing with like these cannons. I'm just going to leave them right there. I don't know really like the mechanisms and everything, so I apologize that I don't know how to show those off, so I'm just going to leave them the way they are. They're just like in this orientation, so I'm just going to leave them. But yeah, here he is, and it is quite a thing. You can move this thing back to reveal the most amazing head sculpt ever, the most amazing lion head sculpt ever. Just so dumb, so derpy. Love the eyes. You can see the blue tongue in there just barely poking out. But yeah. I really like these front claws. They just look super aggressive, super, mean looking. Love this blue chrome all over the toy. It looks amazing. I do love the hawk feet. You can poke that, and they do close. Really like that. That's a lot of fun. The tail feathers back here, do whatever. I think this makes it. No, I thought that made the wings flap. I really don't know. I haven't spent a lot of time with this toy. So I really don't know really any of the gimmicks on this toy. Oh, I forgot, his mouth opened. But there's his tongue more. You can see his blue tongue and blue teeth a bit better now. But I really don't know too much about this toy other than just how to transform him. So yeah, obviously these are going to be the robot feet, and these are just legs, so you get a little bit of articulation out of these legs, but you get the same articulation out of the robot legs out of these front legs. So yeah, that it's cool, but really what this is what you get. Obviously you get the guns and gimmicks up here on the wings, but like I said, I apologize, I don't know really how they work, so like I said, I apologize, but yeah, let's just jump right into his transformation, which is very, very weird and very, very fun. Or not really fun, but it's very not intuitive, it's very different. So we'll start really quick with his legs. We'll just bring that out right there, so this whole thing can get swiveled in, and then close that up, and now that's completely done. We're done with the legs now. So same thing over here, just close that up, and now we are done with the legs. So now you'll untab this part that will become the arm, close up the feet, and then curl those up like so. And now, hopefully, there. You can see that some has like a square cutout to go around this green part. You just want to undo that, unclip that. And there you can see it just a tiny bit better now. We'll just do that. And now we'll come up here, untab that, and now we'll split. Oops. Gotta undo this arm first because it pegs in with that little hole to that peg. So now you can bring that down. Unpeg this and bring it down. And then just move that out of the way so we can get the legs done first. So bring these down and around, and then you'll hinge that in like so. Do the same thing like so. Just quick bring the legs down, and then just peg them together like that. So now the legs are all done. So now you'll take the arms and you'll just rotate them like that. Just rotate them, and I think these are the right sides. Yes, they are. Rotate them, and there is. I'll just raise the camera up really quick. And there you can see the little maximal insignia, and just straighten everything out. And now you can just flip out the head right there. Flip up all of this. Move the arms out of the way really quick because those green pegs will go into those ports right there, and you'll have to maybe swivel these around a little bit just to get them to fit in, like that. Just situate that head a little bit, The same thing over here. Get that closer. So now arms pegged in, and now there is that like oval shaped slot that will go over those two pegs to further lock the hips together. And just work these double hinges and everything to get them to peg together, like so. So now, there he is. All we need to do now is just spin his head around. And there he is. And that's a pretty neat and interesting transformation. Unfortunately, he does have the Cybertron effect where he, it's either full A stance or straight legs. A straight leg stance, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's okay. But that was a very interesting transformation. You know, it is, if you don't have instructions for it and you don't know how to transform it, it is kind of frustrating trying to figure it out because it is so weird and somewhat interesting. But once you get the hang of it, I really like it. It's a lot of fun. It is very interesting, especially with the way these legs work and the way the arms like swivel and turn on that centralized transclearant like beam or whatever. I do love the gunmetal gray that they used for the maximal symbol. His face really isn't too defined, really only by the eyes and the visor. You can just barely see the teeth and the detailing on his face because there's no real paint on it, but I don't really care. Got that little spinny piece in there. You can see it spinning in there. Can't really get it to spin around, but it does spin. Obviously you get the lion, or tiger head right there. You get the wings to do whatever you want with them. Then the legs have the exact same articulation as the legs in the beast mode. Then the arms are just fairly universal, except for that. I thought they could go up, but maybe they don't. They are fairly universal. But yeah, I really like the guy's colors. Love the blue. The blue is just amazing. And the white really does match him. The white looks really nice. And then I like how they blended the aesthetics of the creature in his beast mode and even in his robot mode, just how they blended all the aesthetics of the robot, the lion, the tiger, not lion. You know what I mean. The bird, just the way they did everything looks very, very nice. And yeah, it just looks nice. I really like the green. The green does look nice. I wish there was maybe a tiny bit more green, maybe on the legs, maybe. I don't really know, but overall, he looks really nice. He has very basic articulation, which isn't, which was a bit more of a staple in the Beast Wars, a bit more of a priority, along with gimmicks and other things like that. But he really is a nice toy. I cannot speak for the new one, so I can't say if he's better, because there are things that could be improved upon with this guy. He's not super accurate, especially the Beast mode. Some maybe clashy parts, maybe a little bit more order of operation, like, at least in my opinion, of just transforming him and not knowing how the instructions told me to do them. That it really seemed like you introduce a step and then you introduce a step and start it and then get like halfway through it and then you have to start another one so you can get that other step finished before you have to, there's a lot of clashy bits. There's not a lot of defined order of operations, but it's okay. It still really is. It really is still fun and enjoyable to transform, and it is very interesting in my personal opinion. So I don't know about the new one, but if it's anything similar to this, I bet it's still really good and still really fun and interesting, because it's already a very nice base. This is already a very nice base toy. And then add in some modern articulation and a bit more of a want to be screen accurate, and I bet the new one probably is really nice, because this one is too. It's not perfect, but it's a good solid base that could have been built upon, and I really like that. It's really fun, really cool, and it's definitely interesting. That's the biggest thing with this toy, is it's definitely interesting. Both modes are interesting. The transformation's interesting. So yeah, it's best way I can describe this is interesting. And if you like interesting things and you want new special thing in your collection, this guy may be the ticket, because he is definitely interesting and odd. And that's what I have to say. So until next time, see ya.